Welcome again to CK and Thringy's out on the full round 18, part 2 of round 18 of the SNFL season.
The longest round 18 in history.
Another 2 games this week, the first of which sees South Adelaide hosting the Norwood Redlegs. Both sides coming off a rest last week, but if you take the form before the break, if that's anything to go by, this should be a very one-sided affair, Chris.
Look, in theory it should be, Thringy, but we know that South Adelaide, they can play some very good football when they want to. The problem is in the last month or so, the young kids are getting a bit tired and the season's starting to get to them more than anything else. Ronnie Fuller getting a little bit frustrated in some degrees also that he hasn't got a lot of depth to pull from in the two, so he's got to run pretty much with the same basic group of 25 to rotate. Peter Rolfe, Tarek Redigolo, Mike Cook, a lot of these young kids play the wide flanks very well, and the pace edge probably does lean towards the Panthers. You'd think the skill edge and probably the overall class edge does lean towards Nord. Paul Puopolo, Kieran McGuinness, David Trotter, a lot of these guys are in really good form. There's the matter of the likes of Sam Rowe up forward. Talent, all the factors really would point to Nord in this one, but South Adelaide will push them. They've got nothing to lose. They've just got to go out there and finish off the season well, but it has been May since they've taken the points, and you can't really see it changing here.
Have Norwood emerged as a genuine premiership threat?
Depends if you ask the Nord fans or if you're asking me as a supposedly impartial observer. Look, personally, I think they're just a year off at the moment, Thringy. They've still got the matter of the red, white and blue at Elizabeth to get over, and also the black and gold out at Glenelg. They're the 2 premiership contenders really for mine, and certainly the Eagles are in the mix there as well. They're real wild cards out at Woodville. I think Nord are probably a year off it at this stage, Thringy. It has been a little while since they've really strung together this consistent form. They'd be different out in the wide expanses of Amy Stadium rather than playing on the smaller grounds, but I think 2011's more their year at this stage. But hey, they've made a fantastic inroads this year in the Nathan Bassett.
Port Adelaide and Sturt down at Alberton Oval. And Port Adelaide, it's been a disappointing year. There's been some good, there's been some encouraging signs. They just haven't been able to string those 4 quarters together. Sturt, on the other hand, are approaching finals. They're only a spot out of the top 5, plenty to play for.
Look, certainly is. I mean, let's face it, Port Adelaide Magpies have got to the end of the season and they're going to be playing 2011 and beyond, and that's fantastic news for them after the start of the season when they didn't look like they'd even open the door as much as play football. And they've been very competitive this season apart from 1 or 2 games. And plus they've got a new CEO, Neil Rawlins, will be joining the club at the end of the season. It's going to be a challenge, I would say, though, for the Magpies just for the rest of the year. They do play very good football in patches. They play a fantastic quarter, a fantastic half. They can't string the 4 quarters together, and it's generally the first quarter that lets them down. I think they need alarm clocks at Alberton to wake them up for that first quarter more than anything else. Double Blues, they're chasing West Adelaide for that last spot in the final 5, and they need to keep winning. They can't afford to drop this one, especially going forward to round 20, which is basically the elimination final for West Adelaide and Sturt. Port will be leading this one at half-time, I reckon, but you don't get points for that. They will get the full points, Double Blues here at full time.
And that'll be it for round 18. We'll be back next week for round 19. We'll see you then.